again, it's on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Caught you looking for the. It's Opinionation once again with an intricately all-starred panel as usual. Welcome back, my man Elliot.
What's happening?
The L.
Glad to be back. Glad to be back. No
Come
doubt.
on, man. Good to
Glad
see
to be
you, bro.
back. Same
Heck
here.
yeah. The lovely and talented Val, the forensic gal, and the place to be. Striving through the galaxy faster than a speeding bullet. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's TTT. That's not true. Hassan McCullough.
Negus man.
Negus man. Damn,
Negus
that was
man.
good. That was good. Damn, I should have said that. Damn, that's good. Actually, from now on, you're Negus man.
Negus man.
And last but not leastly, the arch enemy of Negus man, Lex Luthor himself, Kendo Kenny Mickens.
Hold on. If I never told you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you for sentimental reasons.
This man is a regular Frank Sinatra out this piece. Okay.
Come on, man. That's Sam Cooke. Don't do that.
That too.
That's Sam Cooke.
Sam Sinatra.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Good to see you all. Man, we have a topic to discuss this week. It's not relationship oriented necessarily.
No more relationship.
The country is I don't know, depending on what side you're on. The leader of the administration just yesterday evening exclaimed, what was his quote? Our country will be woke no longer. What? So we about to all take a nap? The leader of the administration of this particular company exclaimed that we will be woke no longer. This country will be woke no longer is the exact quote.
Yeah.
Today's topic.
I get him.
I'm sure you do. Today's topic. Are you woke versus asleep? Woke versus asleep. Val, are you woke or are you asleep?
I think I go both ways, honestly. Sometimes I'm woke, sometimes I'm asleep.
That's a balanced lifestyle.
Being honest. I'm just being honest.
True.
There are certain issues where I feel like I'm very well abreast of what's going on, and there's certain issues I'm not, which means I must not be woke. So, like I said, it goes both ways.
Got it. Okay. Hassan.
Yes, sir.
Are you woke or are you asleep?
I'm definitely not asleep. I am woke. I'm well into occult knowledge, metaphysics. I'm not into certain things to make me. I'm not into different realities. I'm not into voting. I'm not into any of that stuff. I create my own reality, so that means I'm woke. I'm not into none of that stuff. That's going to keep me asleep. You know, buying into other people's realities.
Let me talk to somebody that's usually very sensible.
Okay.
How you just jump into that?
Very on point with opinion. Elliot, are you woke or are you asleep?
Well, like what Val was saying, in context, some things you could be asleep because it's not important to you or it hasn't hit home, and some things you are aware of, so you haven't awakened to what's affecting your life. So it's balance. I would even say it's a balance. It's just certain things affect you, certain things don't, and certain things that do affect you, you're going to take an initiative or you're not.
Got it. Can do. Are you awoken? Or you are sleeping?
I'm definitely aware of a lot of situations. You don't have to be, I don't think you have to be knowledgeable of a lot of things or everything to know that there are movements and things trying to align against you. So I definitely say I'm woke in.
Let me read the definition of woke. We'll keep going, but let me just read the definition.
Hold on.
Let me just read the definition, and then we can come back and definitely get into it. Let me let our sister in here too, while I get this definition. Miss Richardson, are you there? Can you hear us, Miss Richardson? Miss Richardson, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Well, hello, baby. How you doing, baby?
Hi.
I'm glad you could join us with the stars and the moon and everything.
Can you see me?
No.
If you are the light, we see you bright.
You know I'm the light.
Well, bong bong. Jamila, meet my man Elliot Young. Bars.
Hello, how are you, Jamila?
Hi.
Now listen, she literally just woke up from being asleep.
I know, did you just wake up?
I did. I really did. Y'all gotta remember my day starts at 3 o'clock.
That's right. Now, Jamila, just know this though. Today's topic is woke versus asleep. So clearly, I'm about to read this definition, then I'm gonna come back to you.
Let her give her opinion first, and
then let me moderate the show, young man. See, this is where everything goes haywire. Everybody want to be everybody. You want to be Dom. I don't
only
want
can
to
be can do.
I'm not married.
I only can be can do with the hyphen.
All right, well, look, check this definition out because I was supposed to read it before I even asked y'all this, Kitty. That's why I'm doing it that way.
Backtrack.
Jamila, the definition of woke: aware of and actively attentive to important facts and issues. That's the Merriam-Webster dictionary. And then also well-informed and up-to-date. That is the definition of woke.
Okay.
Now, you know the definition of asleep, Jamila. You just came out of a slumber. Jamila, are you woke or are you asleep? And I don't mean literally right now. You know what I mean.
I think I'm woke.
Now, how so?
Cause I'm up to date with all the information that's going on.
Okay, now Kenny, what you saying, brother?
What was I saying?
Yeah, you said you were saying something right before I read the definition.
No, I was saying let her give her.
I got you.
Idea.
All right. Well, the next question.
Okay.
What's up? What's up, Hassan?
Hold on, Dom, because this definition of woke is definitely different from the word woke that most of the so-called black people used to use and stuff. It wasn't that definition.
I would push back on you, Hassan. I would say this definition is actually what black folk, quote unquote, black folk were referring to. I would say that what's happened to the word in the colonized sphere
has been hijacked.
I would say that the actual definition is what we meant. Stay alert, be informed, understand what's going on. That's what we've been as melanated people. It's been hijacked to mean.
But most people are but most people are not informed because they don't even know about status law. They don't even know about the status law and understand a lot of things. So I don't know if people are really woke. They don't understand the code knowledge.
The definition in Google, and it says woke is an adjective derived from African American vernacular English, originally meaning alertness to racial prejudice and discrimination.
That part, yes.
But the thing is, you're being woke is one thing, right? You're aware. We've been woke for decades, but what is taking place? Just being aware, but you're still not accomplishing things. That's the question.
So, Elliot, can you be aware and asleep at the same time? Sounds like you was that.
You can. You could be aware, but then it's the initiative. You're not taking the initiative to create change for yourself.
That's like a zombie.
I disagree
Zombies
with that.
are woke enough or aware enough to walk down the street, but they are still a level of asleep bars.
100%.
100%. That is actually facts.
100%. Because you're not taking initiative. If you're woke the way the word woke, right? Take action. You when you sleep, you're not taking action, right? Because you're asleep. But you're up now. You see what's happening. Where are the actions? Where are the initiatives? That's the question.
So, Kenny, what do you think it means when the president of the administration says this country will be woke no longer? Like, what does that mean?
That they want to go back to you not, even though you're aware, they want to go back to
it don't matter.
Let's put it this way. Let's start. Let me. I'm not going to start in the middle. So let's start where you have people who have actively tried to deny, tried to misinform, have misled, and continue to try to, and continue to mislead, misinform, deny you. So when you say you are woke, you're just really saying I'm aware, and I see what you're trying to do. Now I'm taking active steps to try to remedy that. So when our president says we will be woke
when who?
No longer.
When who?
When the president, whether you want to call our president, your president.
Bruh, I'm a grown ass man, bro. I don't have no president, my nigga. I don't care. They can come and get me. I don't have a president, my nigga. I've never had one. Funny thing is, I've never had a mayor. I've never had a council. I've never had none of this stuff. I've never had it. I'm a grown man. I don't even wear underwear. TMI.
That's TMI.
Because I don't boo boo on myself. I don't have a president. What does the president do for you? Does the president come and cook dinner? Does the president
you don't have to call him your president, but he is making decisions that have you awaken or listening to what he's saying and seeing what he's doing and
I'm
trying
listening
to take
to what you're saying, Kenny. I'm listening to what you're saying. You ain't my president. I love you, but you ain't my president either.
But that man standing on TV has influence.
You on the internet. That's way bigger than TV. What you talking about?
But he has influence that definitely moves and motivates people, whether it be for good or bad.
If you buy the soup, yes, he does. If you don't buy the soup,
it's not buying the soup. It's called drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yes, it is.
It's drinking the Kool-Aid, son. Get your metaphors right.
I disagree with that.
Drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, listen, you can't disagree because I don't buy into nothing that he says because he's not part of my reality.
He's not part of your reality, but
he can influence your reality.
He can influence things.
He doesn't even influence my reality.
Makes him a part of your reality.
I will give you and Elliot that. You know why?
That's like saying that storm coming, I don't care about. I'm just going to ignore it. But that's
no, he can't do anything to influence my reality. He's not going to stop me.
Hassan, you know why?
My reality.
Hassan, you know why Elliot and Kenny are have a degree of correctness in what they say when they say that he can influence your reality? Because if you're driving down the street right now and this orange orangutan has told certain folk, go out and get all the blacks. And you see a mob running towards you, that's going to influence your route.
Yes,
but Hassan, the wording, Hassan,
that's not going to happen. He cannot. He cannot.
Bruh.
He cannot, because he's not a part of my reality. He's not a part of my energy. I didn't vote. He cannot. He can say to you, you can say he can do anything for you.
Can he influence your money, though?
No, not at all.
Do you pay taxes?
Not one bit. Not one
bit.
No, I don't.
He absolutely can influence your money.
Hassan, allegedly, Hassan, you allegedly don't pay taxes.
No, allegedly. I'm saying that no, I don't, and they can't
Ladies
do
and
shit
gentlemen,
about
I
it.
am his
No,
counselor.
I
He
don't.
means allegedly.
No.
He means allegedly.
Paying taxes is voluntary.
Yeah, he's not incriminating himself. He means allegedly. Go on.
Paying taxes is voluntary.
Hassan, you just bought something at the store. You bought something at the store recently. That's taxes.
I went to a grocery store. I didn't pay no taxes in the grocery store. I don't pay no taxes at the grocery store.
California don't got taxes on goods, right?
No.
Or something? He's right on that area.
No.
That's some funny stuff. He's a funny guy.
You go to the store, you're paying taxes.
We don't have taxes on like stuff like that.
Fruits and vegetables, there's no taxes. I don't buy none of that stuff.
The car you're driving,
I was about to say the car you're driving.
Registering tags.
No, I didn't. I didn't pay taxes on my car I'm driving either. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that I don't pay taxes. I am indigenous American.
We're not gonna get into that.
You guys can laugh.
I don't want you incriminating yourself. I don't want you calling me for bail money with your bullshit. Dude, that's right there.
Hey, first of all, none of y'all don't know the laws and stuff. As an indigenous American, you don't have
watch
to pay
your
laws.
mouth. Don't when you say none of y'all. Watch your
mouth. You don't have to pay no taxes as an indigenous.
Okay.
You do not have to pay any taxes if you claim your right status. Okay.
Hey man,
if you claim your right status, you don't have to pay taxes.
Let me say this to you. I don't mind you speaking your truth, but don't be trying to conglomerate me into anything. None of y'all watch it, niggas. You don't know what I know.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. I'm talking me. Me.
Again, we've had this conversation about your sovereignty, and your sovereignty without the force to back it up.
Listen, I'm glad that you know exactly what I'm doing, Kenny. I'm glad that you know exactly what I'm doing.
Your sovereignty without the force to back it up means that anytime, like Dom
you don't know anything about what I do. You don't know anything about none of this, man.
Says, go get all those dudes who they used to have sundown laws.
You can't do nothing, man.
If he shows up and says, "I'm reinforcing those," and all of a sudden they run up on you, how much is your sovereignty and your indigenous rights?
I live in a republic. I don't live in a democracy, dude. America is a republic, not a democracy.
Well, that's
a fact. What about when COVID happened?
Once you realize that America is a republic
at a certain time, I'm pretty sure you stayed in the house.
Let me get Jamila in on this.
Yeah,
I can't, because this is coming from a guy who said we don't need money too. So, Jamila, of course, nobody's in his reality.
Money.
Hold on, let me ask Jamila a question real quick, Hassan. Jamila, when did woke become a 4-letter word? Like, we read the definition of woke, and it means something specific. So when did it become nigga?
I have no idea. I really can't answer that question. I don't know where woke became woke. Woke is just something made up to me, because the people that screaming woke ain't really woke. They still sleep with that slave mentality they have. So I don't know. They woke but still slaves. I don't understand it.
So, Valerie, if you're asleep, how do you know if you're in danger?
Oh my God.
If you're asleep, how do you know if you're in danger?
Yeah, we're talking woke versus asleep. If you're asleep, how do you know you're in danger? If it's preferred to be asleep.
If you're asleep, then you would not know.
No.
Right?
I agree.
Okay,
but the administrator said, the president of the administration said yesterday, this country will be woke no longer. So we're supposed to be asleep. We won't know when we're in danger.
I think he's using that.
Man, he's talking about all that trans stuff, man. You know that already.
Exactly. I think he's thinking about that slave mentality, herd thought.
Yeah.
That's what I think he's talking about.
The point that Dom is, I think you're going, Dom, is how did that become part of the original
How did it
phrase
happen?
of woke?
How did it happen?
And so how's it that part become that's the part that you're saying that when they came and took that word and made it a, a theirs, it pivoted to all this other crap that
Wait. Who
doesn't
is they and who is there?
The
Who's they?
colonizers.
Who's
whoever
the
speaks the loudest.
colonizers?
Who are the colonizers?
Yes.
Well, let's
Who
go ahead.
are the colonizers? Please explain who the colonizers are. I
Let's
really
go ahead.
like to
Let's
know
go
who
ahead.
that
I think
is.
let's go ahead and look that up.
Oh my
It says
gosh.
right here.
You can't look that up.
Oh, it says right here, the folks that enslaved other people and made free money. Oh yeah, free money for hundreds of years. Those folks are the colonizers.
And what does colonizers look like? Do you know what they look like?
Some of them look like you. Hallelujah.
Correct.
You right about that?
Hallelujah.
They are the Moors and stuff that came to America. They're the ones that set all the laws. Of the Moors in the 13th family, who are so-called black people. They're not white. The people of Spain were black people.
I'm not going to let it get that far off the rails. I'm going to say a lot of them are Europeans, but I'd rather just call them what they are.
Well, I think you guys are taking this out of context because, when you have folks using those terms, a lot of times when white people use those terms, they're just trying to be hip. They're just trying to connect. They're throwing out slangs. I've heard, on CNN and MSNBC, they'll throw out these terms just trying to be hip.
I know what you said.
They don't really even understand what they're saying, I don't think. But they've heard it, and so they use it, and they're just trying to be connecting with the population.
But here's the caveat of that. All right, our generation, okay, the culture shifted. So people that may not look like us, that have a different skin tone, that culture resonates with them too. We can't deny it. They grew up listening to the same music, speaking the same language. So it's still part of their vernacular. That's their life that they live. It's not the generation of whites that our parents grew up in because it was segregated. We didn't grow up really segregated in our culture,
Great point.
in the America that we lived in, per se.
And that's why, Elliot, to your point, that's why, I'll be 55 in 2 weeks. I've had all kinds of lady friends. I've had male friends, male band members I've traveled the whole planet with that were from the colonial class. That's why it's hard for me to understand how this is happening and so palpable in what is called 2025. Because we grew up with these folks. There's some people that know Rakim lyrics better than I do.
Exactly.
We only had 5 channels. We only had 5 channels to watch TV, and we all watch the same TV.
That part.
Exactly.
But
So then how now are we so divided when culturally we came up together? How can these see my point, Kenny?
But hold on.
Is that wait, let me just say this. Let me get this
Go
out.
ahead.
My point, Kenny, and I'm coming to you, is that I feel hurt by the idea that folks that I grew up with, colonials, can now be silent when it benefits them.
But that's human nature.
But that's what I was about to say. When you talk about this idea of woke, it was I'm woke to your redlining, your discrimination in banking, your discrimination in healthcare, your discrimination in education. So now, like you said, even though they've grown up in our culture, and some we've grown up next to and partied
it's not
with.
Our culture. It's not our culture. It's all of our. It's collective.
Okay, it's all of our culture, but at the same time, some people have the cachet where if it doesn't benefit them, they can, like he said, be silent and allow it to happen. Where's somebody come to you and they're looking at you saying, "What did you do?" and what negative are you doing just based on your skin tone? So that's where some of, even though they've grown up with us and we're all this culture, there's a way that you can back out when it's convenient for you. You know,
Okay,
but we would do the same thing.
Yeah,
Is
that
Hassan
goes
shopping right
exactly.
now?
see, and
We the
that's just the
same
thing.
way.
Yeah,
Is
we do
Hold
the
on,
same
that's
thing.
shopping?
see, and I think that's where we constantly have to remind ourselves to be woke and to be aware, because we're like, oh, we keep saying, oh, we did this to ourselves. We keep starting in the middle. We're not
But no,
talking.
I hear you.
We're not starting where.
Let Valerie get her line in, and then Jamila. Go ahead, Val.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was wondering, is Hassan in a grocery store right now?
Oh,
Were we
Hassan's totally in the
about
grocery
paying
store.
taxes? I mean, I saw some strawberries.
Oh, paying
and some
taxes.
stuff. I mean, I
You
know
see, he
he's
cut
a
off. You
grocery
see, he cut
store.
off his monitor. He out here paying
Yeah,
taxes.
he's in a grocery store right now. You don't
There's
pay
no
taxes.
way that sovereign man is paying
Listen,
taxes, Dom.
I'm gonna say
There's
it one
no
more
way.
time. There's no taxes on
Is
food,
he
okay?
not?
There's no taxes on food, okay?
Dom,
So
he is
let it be.
manifesting
Oh
right
man.
now.
but
So
what's
there's
the
no
point?
way.
But what's the point when there's no initiative to better the situation? Like that's the error right there.
And Elliot, I think that's a generalization that we really need to get away from. My wife has been part of opening schools, and the people around her have dedicated their whole life to bettering us.
But the results,
Not hating anyone else, just bettering us. So I think we got to get away from apologizing for trying to better us. There's no reason to say, well, it's about everybody and all that. There's no reason to be apologetic for it. There's a need to better us.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. But
It
Jamila
probably is a
is
need, but
chomping at the bit.
probably
Jamila,
because it's like it's a need to better ourselves. It's a need to better ourselves. But look where we at now. We're more divided. We're more
correct.
behind than we was back in the day. So
We're not
bettering
divided
ourselves?
as much.
Oh, we are divided.
Yes, we are,
Yes,
Kenny.
we
Yes,
are.
we
Like
are.
we is way worse than we is today than we was 50 years ago.
Ever than it's ever been.
That's not necessarily
You
true.
had black families that have been together for years. You don't have that necessarily now.
I mean,
What's the
she's not
difference
lying
from
about that,
oh,
Kenny. She ain't lying about
let's
that
better
part.
Hold on.
ourselves. Let's better ourselves. and
Some
we
of that
more-
is the circles you keep. Some of that is the circles you see.
But Kenny,
And
it's a reality that we
It's
all
a reality. You just said it.
but it's a reality that we continue to fight to grow.
How can you
When
better
you-
yourself
I
when
always
you
looked
have
at
no
it like
knowledge
this.
yourself?
Oh,
There it is.
What did
There
he
it
say?
is.
oh.
What
How
did he say?
can you better yourself when you really have no knowledge of self? You keep on calling yourself black and putting yourself out of status. Black,
You know,
we're not black.
We can get pretty with words and melanated.
It's not words, dude. It's not words. Out of status.
It's word salad, dog.
It's not word salad. If you don't understand status law, it's not word salad. It's not white and black is nothing but a status based on
But
status
Hassan,
law.
what he's saying is at the end of the day, it's words we're exchanging.
No, it's
but
not.
But
No,
just
it's
listen,
not. I'm trying to. No, I can't
Hassan.
listen to none of this
Oh,
crazy
he ain't
shit
gonna listen.
anymore, bro. Okay,
That's
it's
One
all
person
crazy
I
says-
can
shit.
use the word
Listen.
melanated. I can use the word
No.
non-melanated.
Listen, if you got to use the word that you are, you're out of status by you
But Hassan,
identifying
that's
as
only
black,
that's your
African American.
understanding.
That's out of
Somebody has
status.
another understanding, Hassan. You can't
Dude,
discredit somebody else's
I can't
understanding.
discredit people's stuff
He
if you don't
can. He
understand
will.
status law.
He can and
Everything's
he
about
will.
your status, man.
But you can't have a conversation that way, Hassan.
I'm trying. Yes,
It's
you
one-sided. It becomes one-sided.
It's not one-sided because people who know this stuff know that black is out of, when you call yourself black, it's out of status. Dom
Out
knows
of
this,
whose
okay?
status?
I do
Out of
know
whose
that.
Out of
status?
this,
Like,
I
where
do
you
know
come
that.
with that?
he knows
I
this.
Out of
He
whose
told
knows
you
all
I'll
this
status?
back
stuff,
you up
man.
when I agree with you. I do know that.
He
I mean,
knows this stuff.
but I
It's
still
about
agree with
status law.
I agree with Elliot
It
also
does,
aside that
that
you
don't
can't
matter.
have a conversation if you don't let it breathe in and out.
All I told you guys about status, you guys are not validating and say, hey, maybe that's something to think about. You guys ain't saying none of that. Say, oh, that's not true. It is very
Maybe
much
they
true.
don't want to think about it that way.
If they don't want to think about it that way, then how can you know about who you are if you're out of status?
I mean, listen,
But it's who you identify as.
Okay. I'm just trying to tell you, status is the most important thing.
Listen, listen. What he's saying is not actually wrong. These are facts. This country has designated folk based on a color code. You ain't black. Val, you brown, if anything. But there's a code that says white and black. And so he is right in law. He's right in law. But Elliot is also right too when having a conversation. The conversation has to breathe in and out. It has to go back.
Okay, but when you're
what I would say to that, Dom,
what
is
do you put down then? If you're because it has listed there for
I
your
put
driver's
nothing.
license. What
I
does
put
your
nothing.
driver's license say then?
I don't put anything. I literally, I don't have it on me
Your
right now.
driver's license does not say your ethnicity.
Not at all. Well, no. Well, black ain't an ethnicity. First of all,
I mean, well, does it say black? Does it say what does it say?
it doesn't. I promise you, it doesn't. I don't have it on me at the moment, but it doesn't say black or brown or white or none of that. Now you can put that, or you can put other, which leaves it blank.
And is that what you do for credit applications, rental agreements?
Yeah, I don't identify as
Listen,
no
whatever you
motherfucking
focus
crayon
on
color.
grows. Whatever you got your eye on grows. So it's all types of segregations here. You got male and female. You got people who Muslim, who Christian. You got people that's tall or short. You got people that got black hair or brown hair.
Excuse
It's
me,
always
Jamila.
going to be some
The
type of
correct
division.
pronunciation is Muslim.
Whatever.
That's a joke. That's a joke between me and my mom. Hi, Mom.
It's like it's like his opinion is his opinion. You got to know who you are, okay? And that got nothing to do with nothing we talking about for real.
Well, Jamila, I wanted to ask you, who are the people behind demonizing the word woke and why?
Them people that don't got God in their life is who's behind that.
Oh.
When you have no God in your life, no type of foundation, you can't distinguish between male and female and what's right, and you don't have God in your life. I think that's what them people is. That's who hijacked the word, the devil.
The devil.
That's right.
I didn't even know. Excuse me. I didn't know Muslims believed in the devil. But Muslims believe in the devil?
Yes.
I thought that was just some Christian stuff. I didn't know that. You schooled me just now. I didn't know that.
Yes, we do.
Hassan, you know that? Hassan used to be a Muslim.
Yes, I do know that. The Muslims actually worship the devil. They don't even know it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
They actually do.
Elliot, I didn't mean to do that, Elliot. How are you and Elliot friends and y'all just have such different sensibilities?
Man, I could be friends with any and everybody on planet
I see
Earth.
that, Elliot. I see that, Elliot. Elliot is the every man.
Jamila, you heard
Elliot's every man.
I'm gonna let him have his thoughts because they just his thoughts. I don't have
They're
nothing
not
to do
really
with his
thoughts.
thoughts.
They're actually true. Okay, the cube is actually the Satanelia and stuff. All those are Anunnaki and stuff. That's all the fallen angels. They all follow. The religion was made by them. We live in an upside down world where we follow things that's actually backwards.
I don't agree. I don't disagree with we live in an upside down world. See, I told y'all a long time ago, Hassan is like a duality. He will give you some rock solid, but throw like some stardust in it too.
I'm sorry, full of crap.
And
I can be
that's
if you
what
want
you
me
have
to.
to be woke to, because when you're talking about being aware of something,
aware,
awoke. When you're woke,
you're aware.
You should be aware.
That's what it means.
That's what it's about. And so when you're talking, we constantly say we have these separations, whether it be religion, race, creed, and all that. It's not just. It's we have been attacked. So now we first had to be aware that there were attacks being made, whether we see them or not see them. So now that we've become aware, and not everybody's aware of it. That's the thing. Not everybody's aware of the attacks. The attacks
but what's the
aren't
action
always,
plan?
And now people do have action plans, Elliot.
Which is
that's the thing.
What is
it? It hasn't worked.
What is it?
Well,
Like Jamila,
I look at it like this, Elliot.
Saying,
I look at it like this.
Look at Jamila.
Can I say it like this? When certain factions came to this, like let's just take this particular country. When certain factions came, there were growing periods.
Certain factions.
Well, when you're talking about like Italians came here, they had it real bad, and they had to grow and become their section and move forward. So you had Irish that did the same thing. So now you have African Americans that was dragged here, and I know it's going to say something. You have African Americans that was dragged here. So now we are becoming that.
You already know that's
movement
not
where,
true, Kenny. We wasn't dragged here, man. People lived here in America. The Indians lived here. We are the Indians.
All right. So
we are
my
prisoners of
point
war.
being, we have become aware that it's time for us to learn and grow and get our piece of this pie.
But
And
here's the
that's
thing. But Kenny, just the awareness doesn't make a difference. You could be aware.
oh,
all
it
day
does
long.
make a difference.
Nah, there's
Piece
no
of
action
what
plan.
pie?
It
Yeah,
does make a difference. We're not aware because we keep on saying ourselves as Black and African American. We're not aware.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. If we've been aware for 50 years, how are we going backwards?
Do you feel like we're going backwards? I don't think we're going backwards.
The family.
Absolutely,
Look at the family.
we going backwards.
Look at the family.
Say that again.
Look at the family. That's you
Well,
measure everything by family.
It starts with the
family. Is an important structure.
That's the only thing that matters. The family, the community.
I think
because
family
with family
is
you
an
have
important
community.
structure.
Without family, we have nothing.
But I don't think family is just it. I think
Shit.
I think there you start, let's say you start with family and you're growing and your family doesn't necessarily always mean your immediate blood. When you talking about family, then you're talking about the people around you, community, and
but family creates culture. You need in a healthy culture creates.
I agree with Elliot
civilization
on
for you
this.
to live.
It starts with the family.
It's
where does
family.
it start with if
said
it don't start with the family?
I said
It's
it starts with the
everything.
family and then it moves into more.
So we can't move because our family has been dismantled. So we can't move.
So let me
There's
ask
no
you a question.
movement.
When you say our family has been dismantled, who has tried or who is dismantling our family?
We are.
We're self-inflicting.
I don't believe that. I don't
We
believe
are.
that.
It's self-infliction.
Why do you believe we are, Jamila?
Because most women act like they got to be Miss Independent. And I'll give you an example. I said I had made a comment about my man knowing exactly what I do. The permission from my man. Some people, a lot of women, permission. Why you need permission? Because that is how it's supposed to go. It's God, then the man. Most women don't want to obey the man that they with right now. That's where the problem comes from.
But
Hallelujah.
they do. Hold on. But they do in 10 minutes of pleasure.
Oh.
You're right.
Obey every word they're gonna obey for 10 to 15 minutes of pleasure.
Flip over.
The rails just keep coming
Turn
up.
around.
How does
Get
the
on your
rails
back.
just keep
I
coming
never
up?
understood
Know
that.
exactly what I'm talking about. Miss Independent. That's who destroyed the family. That's
the contradiction there. For your enjoyment, you obey everything that I say.
Well, that's for enjoyment. That's
the hypocrisy of it. They do. It's just what you're saying. I'm agreeing with you, but just peeling those layers back of when they start to speak and you start to hear that rhetoric. It's like, hold on, you just obeyed me for 15 minutes. Now you don't want to listen.
Not 15 minutes, Elliot. Now you in shape, brother. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Don't let me find out.
Again, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Who is the one that tried to that's putting that notion that you're independent and you don't need your black man and things like that?
The older generation, the grandmoms of the generation. That's who it is.
No romance without finance.
Again,
it was all on the radio waves. It was all on the radio waves.
That was in the 80s.
Been attacks that we are waking up to that's trying to steal our foundation. And like you said, family is the foundation. But there are definitely people still fighting it. There's definitely people still fighting and learning and growing and moving our people forward.
Valerie,
I don't see it.
Valerie,
neither.
Who are the people demonizing the word woke and why?
Here's what I want to say as I'm listening to everyone. So we gave the definition of the word woke, so everyone has their opinion of what that means. I mean, what that definition is, okay? So what is woke? Awareness, right? So if you're aware of something, you see it happening, and then you have an opinion of which way to go when you see something happening. I feel like what I'm hearing is it's combining that opinion with of what you're seeing and what your understanding of the word is. And so I'm just listening. It's kind of confusing.
Well, okay, Val, but why would the president of this administration say affirmatively that this country will no longer be woke? Why would he say that?
Well, you know what he means, right?
No, you tell me. I'm listening.
I mean, he's basically going to destroy us. I feel like there's so much that's about to go down.
I don't think it's not going to have any effects on us per se because we're already at the bottom.
We're about to go into a recession.
We're already.
That don't got nothing to do with him. They don't have nothing to do with this administration.
We're already at the bottom.
When he's raising tariffs, Jamila,
in the makings of a recession.
But Jamila, when he puts 25% tariffs on Canada and 10% on China and 25% on Mexico, that does have something to do with it. That changes prices.
Yeah, exactly? It's definitely going to change the prices. It's going to bring more money in here as well. If I'm giving you, just giving you and giving you and giving you, and the buck got to stop somewhere. At what point do it stop? If I'm lending you my army, if I'm giving you goods, if I keep putting my hand to you, you got to give something back. That's just what it is.
So they're all going to be affected by what he's doing.
But we're still designated. We're still designated to be at the bottom. So it's still we're going to be in our place. We're still going to have to pay
higher prices, though.
But when you say at the bottom, what do you mean at the bottom? I don't think I'm at the bottom of nothing.
No,
I don't think nobody suppressed me from nothing. There's no white man. There's nobody that can't do what I want to do. I'm not going to let my ancestors go through all them trials and tribulations and still walk around here like, oh, I can't do it because Massa over there.
Oh, it's not.
I can't get ahead because Massa. No, y'all bugging.
It's not that you can't. It's not that you
can't. I'm not doing that. Not in the year 2025.
Look,
no white man, no nothing. I don't have that experience. I ain't never been discriminated against. None of that. So I don't know. The people that I will be discriminated against is black folks. That's who held me up at my last job. But the white man, it was sisters.
As an individually, you can live that way. Out of any and everybody, what you speak, that's how I live life. However, collectively, the collective group don't operate that way. We're designated.
And that's why they don't? Because they still think Massa is the problem. That's why.
But
they still feel like they got a blank. Why are we still like this? Well, who do you think brought us? Who do you think made us like this? We did. When we take accountability for ourselves and stop trying to put the blame on somebody and not be the victim, then we'll be okay. But until then,
I don't disagree. But the way the system is set up.
What system? Because how can some people, how can some blacks make it and some can't?
Yep. Because
he's right.
Some
what
system?
Correct. They're trying to deny
they're
trying to deny the collective.
They can't. How? There's black millionaires
might get through, but they're trying to deny the collective.
But all this your collective thoughts. Everything's based on what you actually think. If you don't think they can do that, they can't.
Exactly. You giving it power. You are giving them the power.
All of those federal workers.
Listen, man. Hold on.
It doesn't matter. They got fired. So it's not about what they thought.
Ain't no federal workers get fired that they shouldn't be fired. Point blank.
That's not true.
Hey guys,
ain't no federal workers.
I like to make a point.
They did.
Go ahead, Hassan.
I like to make a point.
Go ahead, Hassan.
Remember how they say that so-called black people spend trillions of dollars and stuff, right? We have all that money, right? So we have the actual power to stop supporting the shit by using our money collective with ourselves. We only do this shit because we buy into bullshit. We have the money, we have the power, we have
Let
the
me ask you
structure.
this. Let me ask you this. All
I
right.
agree.
Across the internet, I'm going to prove a point. Just hear me out. It's the indoctrination. So Sexy Red disappeared, right? So you got a
Yeah.
generation of young girls who are indoctrinated to believe what they're seeing, right? That's going to be a life they're going to live. That's systematically oppressing a group of people. That's a given. We can't argue that because you're not going to hear that music in the county schools. You're not going to hear that stupid shit in any other place except that places that look like where our children, our young girls go. So how do you argue that? It's systematically a
We
play
understand
that's being
the
a play
system.
that's happening
I understand the
for
system, but you
10
don't have
years
to go
down the
buy into
road.
the system. You don't have to buy
That
into the
young
system. You have
girl ain't
parents
buying
and
into
stuff.
the system, Hassan.
You have
The
their
girl,
parents, man. We're
Hassan,
not talking about that.
he's
a
saying the
12-year-old
children don't have the
girl,
mind. The children
right?
aren't on their square at that point to be able to
They're
make
not
that type of
able to.
decision.
They can't determine for themselves. So we
But listen,
indoctrinated these kids for
everything's
the
about,
future.
but still, it's still about a choice. We are making
They ain't
choices.
got no damn choice,
Listen,
Hassan.
Jamila
You
made a
don't got a
choice not to.
choice.
They do
How
have
you
a
a
choice.
12-year-old girl got a
They
choice
have
when
a choice,
the
dude.
teacher
Shit, they
playing the
got
music?
parents, don't they?
They got parents. They got choices. We
A
have choices to
parent,
make.
a parent. This is
But listen,
Memphis. I live in the city where there's no parents. It's a
Ooh,
parent.
I live in one
And
of
Exactly,
them
which
cities
brings that
too.
back to the problem being
and that
us.
parent, I'm not disagreeing, but the system, so that us, that
fuck the
18-year-old girl that
system.
is, hold on, Hassan,
Let them finish,
the
Hassan.
18-year-old girl that's 18, but she's been indoctrinated by this music for the last 12 years. She's going to emulate everything that she heard. This is the way to live life, in her opinion.
Yep.
So how do you discredit that
Well, it's
that
programming,
reality?
Hassan. You
We
know
gonna
that. You know it's
discredit it
programming.
because it's
I understand
It's so
it's
happening.
programming, but I'm saying we still have choices to make that we just don't
Hey,
do.
Dom, let me
We can
ask this
control
exactly.
question.
everything.
What's
Well,
up?
you're
Who
forgetting
is
about
it
the
that
segment of the
put that
population.
music on? See, that's where we keep starting in the middle because we're saying like a Sexy Red or Gorilla or a few of these uh musicians
A
that
few.
you're speaking. But the point of it is someone is putting that on. Someone
Systematically.
is deciding, let's put this on. And like you said, it was conscious decisions. Let me not give you as much PE or
Kenny.
KRS-One.
Right.
Kenny. Are you saying someone was aware of what they were putting on?
Someone is
It's a
aware of what
10-year
they
action plan.
and what it. Let's say it like this. In high school or right out of high school, I'm hearing a song by Public Enemy, and they're telling me learn about yourself and start talking divesting from South Africa because of the way they were, and those people were not played as much. But you start getting the dudes that saying gangster rap and things like that started trying to affect people's mind because someone was saying, let me use this music or let me use this way of programming to get people to start being more criminal minded and moving towards these prisons that we done invested in.
These are
We need to
facts.
fill up.
Exactly.
These are facts.
So
100%.
so it is definitely, let's stop starting in the middle and saying we only doing this to ourselves. Someone is saying, hey, yeah, listen, I'll give you this money. You can put that out there because we used to have a balance.
But there's a
They used to
choice with
You
that.
don't have to
they used to
accept
be
that
able-
money. You don't have to
Exactly.
accept
There's a
money.
choice. There's
They
always
also
a
have a choice.
choice.
there's
This
a
is
choice,
capitalism. This is
but
capitalistic
if
Listen,
you
society.
it's
started,
always a choice.
hold on,
And
it's a
back in your
choice.
day with
But if
Public Enemy and your high school days, I'm quite sure you was terrified of your neighbor.
no,
If
I
your mom
wasn't.
wasn't there, your neighbor was there. We don't even have that today.
We actually do, but what
Okay.
I'm saying
Not
is
in your
Okay.
what I'm
You
saying
no,
is
we
when you
don't.
take
No, we
when you
don't.
decide I'm going to take the music that was uplifting and kind of background that for the music that's more negative when they brought in like gangster rap and they changed the culture of rap so they can because they were see things don't
But do
start
it
like right now.
fine.
So let's say they invest
Capitalism. It's money. It's
somebody
money.
in capitalism, somebody invest in prisons, and then those
Right.
prisons got to be filled up.
Right.
So
It's
There
we
was a
were the
black
capitalism.
man
puppets
that
then. We
invested
were
in
the
them
puppets.
prisons too. Let's
What
not
you're
forget
saying. We were the
Jordan.
puppets, but they gave the
That's
money
the apology that I think we need to get away from, because we keep saying there was a black man that invested into them prisons too, but before there was a black man investing into them prisons, there was a whole system of people trying to fill that prison up.
Well, check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Exactly, it's a business.
Somebody said it earlier. Somebody said it earlier, and Elliot's been asking for a remedy, and I think that this is as close to a remedy that we can
all
get
these
to.
complaints with no action.
Somebody said it starts with the family. You see, I like the idea that it's a choice and that it starts with the family. These are all solid ideas. You know why, Kenny? Me and you grew up on the same block. Me and you survived. We're both articulate, melanated men that can speak our minds, all right, and have decorum. We grew up on the same block. We had parents that cared about us. And even though some of us may have had one parent in the house, she still cared to the nth degree. And so it is true. It starts with family. It starts at the crib. If your mama ain't got no goddamn sense, chances
you ain't gonna have none.
You ain't gonna have no goddamn sense. And when you talk about choice, the choices will be informed by the upbringing from the home, from the crib. So the answers have kind of been said, they kind of been muddled over, but we've articulated at least the beginning of where the truth starts, where the alignment of truth starts. It starts at the crib. If you ain't got no sense, don't have no baby.
From the
You
tribe.
can't say that.
Man.
You can't say that though, because nature don't rock like that. Nature don't rock like that. Nature lets anybody have a baby anytime. So nature, well, not anybody, but you know.
But here's the difference, though. But here's
the thing now.
Go ahead, Val.
Unfortunately, we have such a situation where some people don't have those family values, right? And some do. So how do we fix that? We can't talk about what we wish could happen. We're in a situation now where we need to combine.
Let me say something radical.
Can I say something now?
Wait, you're coming right to you next. I got to say it, though, for my mama. Me and my mama talk about this all the time. Stop having babies.
Okay, well, that's
radical.
Okay, but that's not what's happening. You can't
stop having babies in a plane of existence that hates you and yours. Is this a time to bring a small innocent child to this plane of existence with this fool of an administrator? Is this the time to do that? Really, when you really think about it?
But it's always been this way, Dom. It's always been this way. It's better now, Dom, than it was 60 years ago with the opportunities that you do have.
I didn't say it was a nice thing. I said it was radical. I said it was radical. And I know we love our children. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any children because I kind of live by what I think. But it's radical. Like,
I think we got to be honest.
This way, I'll end with this, and I'll go to you, Hassan. I'll end with this. Would you have a baby on a battlefield?
People have.
Okay.
People have.
They still been having babies on the battlefield.
You can't control. You cannot control that. We need to deal with what we can control so that we can come to a solution.
What is what? What can we control?
Controlling self is a thing.
Well, Dom is saying don't have children. That's not going to happen. People are going to have
children. Dom should have probably 300 children. Dom don't have none.
How do we push the black people? How do we push the black folks ahead? Like, how do you get ahead? I want to know that.
Gotta tribe up.
Hassan, go ahead. What was you about to say, bro?
You have to go back to the tribes, man. People have to go back to the tribes. That's how everything was held together, because people was in the tribe to hold things down together.
100%.
But they have help all the time. That's why they broke
families
the tribes
coming together.
That's why they broke the tribes up, to keep people individually and live alone and stuff.
Right.
Living alone is not the shit. You have to tribe back up.
Now they is the system, right?
That stress.
But who is it? They? It's the system. It's a particular system in place.
The system did it on purpose. The
But what I'm
system
saying, we
got the
reference the
tribe.
system. We said the
But
system is what.
you don't have to be a part of the system. To see, the thing is, we've been at war with these people forever. We still at war,
But
and people don't
Hassan,
even
we were
realize that.
born into a system. We were born into it. We're
Yeah,
just
but
not
you can
strategically.
always buck the system like I have. I'm not a part of the system because I took myself out of it by being indigenous America, by being a native, by being Indian. I took myself out of the status. I don't pay taxes. I don't pay my car insurance. I don't do a lot of shit. I don't pay
Okay, cool.
registration
That's what. Now, how do you make that what you did?
because I
Withdraw from the
went to
system.
status.
You unplugged Neo from the Matrix, right?
Yes,
No, you didn't.
exactly.
So how do you
I-
transfer that? Wait a minute.
Not
Listen to hear me
Neo.
out. Because we talking about action right now. So how do you get other people to want to do what you did by, because the way you displayed is very nasty. It doesn't come
It's not
across as
nasty.
very tasteful. So
It's
how
not
do
nasty.
you
This is what you say because I listen.
Hassan,
I learned
she's
from my
trying to get
homeboy
an
let me
Kevin.
answer
understanding,
Hold
my
on,
question? You're not
Hassan.
even answering my question.
I'm gonna talk.
Got it? No, you cannot, because I was talking.
Okay.
She was
You
trying to
asked
ask
me
you a
how.
question,
Let her
asking
finish
Hassan.
you a
answering her
question.
question, and
I
then
was
you can answer her.
asking you a question. In your way of delivering how you live your lifestyle is it doesn't taste good. It doesn't feel good. So how do you want to get in the tribe back together? How do you deliver that message in a better way? Because the way you're doing it,
Well,
it's terrible.
why is your ego get a part of my message? Why is your ego
Why
involved?
my ego?
Yeah, because that's what it is. The message can be out anyway. It's just your ego gets mad about it. Because I just said I live sovereign. How'd your ego get mad about that? I live sovereign. I don't pay taxes. I don't do anything. How's your ego get affected by that?
My ego is not affected by that.
But
Answering
you just said it came
questions
off
with
nasty.
questions.
My ego
You
is
just said
not
it come
affected.
off nasty. I
It
don't
does
pay
come
taxes.
off. It comes off
I'm
as
not black.
you're wrong. I'm right. This is what it looks
I'm just
like. It's what I'm trying to tell
just telling
you.
you about status. If you don't understand status law and stuff, then exactly you don't know if you don't understand status law.
But the
All right,
question,
It's true.
Hassan, why don't you give the definition of status law for the
Yeah,
world?
give it to him real quick, Hassan.
Okay. When status law, there's people who have nationalities and stuff. We don't have a nationality. You got Mexicans, Mexico, Africans, or not that's a bad one.
just
Japanese,
say we don't have a consulate
Japan.
nowhere. We don't
We
have
don't
a
have a consulate because there's
us.
no such thing as black. There's no black nation.
That's it.
Facts.
We
When
have
you-
no
when you-
consulate.
So, but what's up the
Under
people that call
the
themselves
Dred
African?
Scott thing,
Let him finish.
under the Africa is not there either because we're not from Africa. That's what
There's
I'm trying to tell you.
There's no consulate that speaks on our behalf. There it is.
There's nobody because we out of status by saying that we're African American. We're
Well,
black.
is it
They did that on purpose.
But isn't it who you legally identify with?
Your nation.
No.
What nation? What nation?
You got to
come
be
from.
backed by a nation. We have
Okay.
no nation status by calling ourselves black. When you call yourself black,
There is
you're
no
simply
nation
dead in the
called
eyes of
black.
the law.
I mean, he's correct about this. There is no
even
country
white and
called
stuff
black.
is out of status. Even white, like people that are white or black, so-called people who are black are considered white in status. If you live above the Sahara Desert, you consider white in status.
There's backroom deals that take place from different nations that has consulates all around the world. They're doing business with each other.
They did it on purpose. They did it on purpose to get the indigenous people out of status. First,
Listen,
they called them colors. They
may
called
be
them
boring.
Negroes. They called all
This
that.
may be boring, but he's actually speaking facts when it comes down to law. Now, that's what's beautiful is that you don't have to take Hassan's word for it. You can look this stuff up, and he is talking the truth. When
Well,
it
I don't
comes
know why
to
you think
status,
it's boring. It's not boring.
again,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
why'd you
Val,
say
go
it's
ahead. Say it
boring?
again.
Why'd
No,
you
I'm
say
just
it's
saying
boring?
it may sound boring to some, maybe not us here, but at the end of the day, it's fly to call ourselves black. It's hip, it's cultural, but at the end of the day, it ain't nothing. It don't have no meaning in status, in law. There's no country called black. So when you talk about having somebody to back you up, there is no backup for black. And when you talk about being divided, that's because it don't come from nowhere but our creativity. It's not an actual landmass or a community that comes from somewhere to say, yes, we're from black. It's not Wakanda. So he is correct on this, legally speaking. Just legally. But again, this ain't something that's his opinion. I'm a researcher. I don't believe nothing. I don't believe Hassan. I research, I study until I know. I believe nothing. I do have a question. One more question though before we start to wrap it up. Elliot, let me get the question right. I don't want to flub it. Would religion be considered woke or asleep, Elliot?
It could be both.
Any religion.
Be both. Your interpretation. It could be both.
How so?
It could put you to sleep to where things are affecting you in front of your eyes and you're not aware of it. Or you could be aware of it, but you're not doing anything about it.
Were the Jim Jones followers woke or asleep?
Very much. They were knocked out. They were sound asleep.
They were comatose.
Excuse me, I take that. That's where my mother's from.
Well, it wasn't about Guyana. It wasn't about the land. They weren't even from that. But they weren't even from there. We're not talking about Guyana. We're talking about the people that went from America and lived down
California.
They're from Northern California. Yeah, San Francisco. Yeah, no, we're not talking about Guyana. Guyana's a beautiful place, Val.
Now they're the woke people of California, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Some would say back then. Some would say, Jamila, as a lovely religious woman, would religion be considered woke or asleep?
Woke.
So that woke religion put them permanently to sleep.
Oh, damn! You hate it when that happens. When your woke religion puts you asleep, that's crazy.
Permanently.
That's true.
Permanent sleep? Golly.
You gotta have a religion to be permanently asleep. We all gonna get to that point.
No, I'm saying in the situation that Dom is speaking on, that
the Kool-Aid drinkers.
Yeah, the Kool-Aid that put them to sleep permanently.
Kenny, is religion considered woke or asleep, Kendo?
Religion is what it is. Now, what we use it for, see, some people use it for good or bad. Some people use religion in different ways and make it for them. If you read in the texts or the laws of your religion, then you wouldn't do a lot of the things you do. But a lot of times people don't do that. They let someone tell them what they're supposed to do, and then they're still injecting themselves. They're not injecting God in that. They inject themselves in it, and then call it religion.
Okay, Val, would religion be considered woke or asleep? Any religion. We're not picking on one religion or another.
I would say it's considered woke simply because people who are involved in any sort of religion, you're looking for this higher power, this guidance. And so therefore you're awake to certain aspects of life that you need guidance in. You need direction.
Let me go one step further with you. Let me go one step further with you, Val. Let me go one step further with you. If you are searching for something outside of yourself, are you woke or are you asleep?
Well, if you can't find it within yourself without researching, you just can't find that answer, and you have to go outside and ask for that answer, then that's awoke to me. You're awake. Why wouldn't you? Not all of us know everything. So you have to go to
true.
Sources to
I know a guy named Hassan McCullough that do.
Can't tell him nothing.
That's what this is. Y'all piling up now. Y'all jumping them. That's a Logan jump. Y'all jumping them now.
You know everything about how to bring blades.
I'm just creating the 12 text messages he's going to send me this week.
Y'all jumping him now. That ain't right. Y'all jumping my man.
Hold on. You can't.
I'm trying to break this up. I'm trying to break y'all. Okay, Kitty, stop. Hey, hold up, kid.
To be honest with all you guys, I dumbed myself down to even be on this show.
Oh,
wow.
Keep it real.
Wow.
First of all, I don't like how that sounds. I'm on this show.
You heard exactly what I said.
Down to talk to me, fool. I'm always gonna push back against you, God. You ain't talking down to talk to God.
Hold on. He's talking to you too, superstar.
No, he's not.
He's talking to you too, superstar.
Who you talking to? Who you talking to, Hassan? You talking to me?
He's talking to you. Hit this little stick off my shoulder
No,
And
hold
that's
up,
from
Kenny.
him.
Hold up, Kenny. Hold up, Kenny. Hold up. Hey, you talking to me, Hassan?
Dom, you know I'm not talking to you.
Silence of the Lambs. Nigga ain't talking to me.
Listen,
Who you
I've
talking to?
received my text message saying,
Oh, like I said,
he got more knowledge than me.
Jamila, you see me,
So it's
Jamila.
time y'all
Who
get
you
it.
talking to?
Kenny, to be real about real everything, I have real love for you. That's why I was sending you information.
Oh,
now that I know you
okay.
got straight pushback, I ain't really got no time for none of that anymore
No,
because
send
everything's
it,
on
'cause,
you.
you know,
Elliot,
it amuses me. It
Elliot,
amuses me.
Elliot, let me just tell you what. As a matter of fact, Elliot, Val,
He
and
coming in hot and heavy, ain't he?
wait a minute. Let me tell y'all three what
He's
goes
on
on.
egos. He's the one that's upset.
Jamila, Val, Elliot.
Not
Let me tell
ego at
y'all what
all.
goes on
Not
during
no
the week.
ego.
These two mofos got me as referee in the middle of a three-way text stream where they just be going back and forth. Elliot, do you know what I have to do periodically? I have to block both of their numbers.
Don't block
Like, I
us.
can't get no peace. These brothers be
Elliot.
going at it.
Hey,
And
Elliot.
I don't even be saying
What's
nothing.
the movie when the boy said he's a friend of mine and he's a friend of ours? That's his man, and he sent him to me. And
Y'all both of my
so
mans.
you got to referee this.
Y'all both of my manses. When y'all get at it, y'all can have a private conversation.
There's nothing to get at. I just share information, and then he just pushes back from it. But
Well,
that's
And then
it.
Hassan
The thing
answered
of
the
it
question.
is,
I'd
the
love
thing
to
of
hear
it is,
Exactly, which goes
Hassan,
back to my original
Hassan, they want you to
statement
answer the
before he
question.
said
Which
my
question?
ego was bruised or
What's-
whatever. Why the
what's-
ego? I was simply saying to him, how do you appeal to the masses? You can't even appeal to your friend that you text.
You can't
Oh.
appeal. First of all,
You can't
appeal
even
to the
appeal
masses.
to your friend that
Don't
you
do that,
text.
Jamila. You
First
instigating
of all,
fights now,
But
Jamila.
that's what I be saying.
Which-
Like he doesn't
Jamila.
realize how it comes across.
I don't listen.
But it's my
Dom knows
ego,
exactly
and
what
he
I'm
got to
talking
dumb
about.
it down.
Yeah,
It's like you can't even
can I
bring it
ask this
nowhere.
question,
So
Dom?
I
I can't
do
bring it to
understand a
you
lot of
because
what
you get
Hassan is saying.
offended.
I'm not gonna have
I'm
him out
not
there like that.
offended.
Yes,
I
you
literally
are.
asked you a question, and you can't.
Okay,
You got to
but you
get
can't.
blocked from somebody because it's too much.
Listen,
Like, come on.
you
How you gonna
cannot
use that
listen.
as
You cannot
ammunition?
wake
Hey,
people up.
Dom,
You
let me
can't
ask
wake
this
people up.
question.
I'm sorry. You only have to go within
Here's the
yourself.
question I've always wondered with being woke. Is it your duty to pass on
No.
the knowledge that you claim to have,
Can I answer?
or hold it to yourself?
Can I answer?
Because hold on, because like Elliot said, collectively, individually, we keep trying to get ahead, but the race got to be won collectively. You know, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Facts. Can I answer that, Kenny? You asked me a question. Can I answer?
Go ahead.
Hassan, you will know this to be true. This will resonate with Hassan and probably everybody that understands a little something. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. It is not my job. This is why secret societies were created.
Yep. All that stuff.
This is exactly why motherfuckers don't know and won't know. Because it's too profound for a motherfucker to know that the Son is the Son of God.
Yep.
I disagree with you on
It's
that.
too profound. It's too in your face. The truth is, Kenny, let me
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The truth is right in front of our faces, and we refuse to see it for what it is. And so, those of us that have IQs higher than the boy Einstein,
I don't. I'm the slowest one here.
Well, listen, ain't nobody doing that, Jamila. Ain't nobody doing that.
Let's take that. And I got a bad ego.
Oh, hold on. Ain't nobody. First of all, ain't nobody say nobody name.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
just
he
giving
did.
a little
He called me
soliloquy.
out.
Finish. I got 10 more seconds. So that's why those of us that have some bit of a small bit of knowledge, because again, I believe nothing. I study until I know, and what I know is very minuscule, but what I do know will shatter the minds of most. And at the end of the day, this is why secret societies were formed thousands of years ago, because the masses are asses.
See,
and they can't handle
here's
the
where I
truth.
would say I disagree with that, because if you have knowledge let's say I drop a jewel on you. It might not hit you right now. There's been times as a young man when somebody dropped something on you and it didn't register right then, but that seed was planted.
But you're not a young man anymore, Kenny.
Huh?
You're not a young man anymore.
Well,
And by
it's not
now,
about being a
we
young
should all
man.
be on our square.
So let's say you have a knowledge that was given to you, or maybe you learned,
Research.
and you researched. So let's say you give someone that knowledge, and that day they're not ready to receive it. They're not capable of understanding it. But then as you grow, maybe someone says, "Man, that old head Dom hit me with something years ago that now resonates."
It goes back to an old proverb, Kenny, and everybody will probably have heard this before. Seek and ye shall find. So the seeker will find. If you're not seeking, I'm not here. This is why I haven't been killed. Because I'm not Malcolm and Martin or Medgar or Stokely even, and bless their hearts, love them to death, but I'm not standing on a podium trying to convince Jamila that it is what it is. I'm not doing that, right? You could think it's called opinionation. It's not called Dom's opinion. So at the end of the day, the seeker will find. Seek and ye shall find. So when someone is in my sphere and I recognize that, oh, okay, they're open to knowledge, then I might be open to sharing what I minusculely know. But you don't, but I'm telling you, this is why secret societies are created, because you can't go around telling babies, talking trigonometry to babies. You can't do it. It's a waste of time.
Might not, but again, sometimes when you plant that knowledge, when you plant that seed,
you're not ready for it, Kenny. You're just not ready to accept that.
Maybe you're not, and I accept that. Not everybody is ready to.
That's what the sign's saying about you, Kenny.
There were things told to me as a really young man, young person, that as you get older, you saying, "Wow, okay, now that makes sense." So yeah, maybe you're not ready for it at that age. And when I say
that's what you're
age,
saying about the secret societies. It's for the people that weren't ready for it.
It's the people that are ready, bro.
Yeah. But is that, and that's why my question is: Do you have an obligation to share knowledge?
I ain't got no obligation to do nothing but live.
I don't.
I say as
I ain't got no obligation to you.
No,
I say as a collective.
I'm with Elliot. You heard Elliot. You heard Elliot a few weeks back, actually, a while back. Elliot's like, only the strong survive.
That's right.
Like, I ain't got no obligation. Listen, I am God within God, just like you are.
Not obligated, because the people don't share none of the knowledge with us. They keep us in the dark with everything. You have to go and figure out yourself. The 13 families, which are the so-called black nobility, the Moors, the black nobility, the 13 families, keep us in the dark.
Again,
I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna keep going around. Elliot,
I am on.
We almost out of here. Elliot,
what?
Did I ask you this? Can you be woke and religious at the same time? I did ask you that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Val, did I ask you? Val, can you be woke?
Me. I answered that.
Oh, so we were at Hassan. We cut Hassan off. Hassan, can you be woke and religious at the same time, my niggas?
No, you cannot.
What you mean you can't?
You cannot be woke and religious at the same time.
Let them get it off, everybody.
Everything comes inside of you. You create your own reality. You can't search for knowledge itself when you're looking for something outside of you. You are actually the God. God, it means generator, operator, and destroyer. You have everything to control. You have every mind. The first thing of the knowledge is all is mind.
What's God again? Wait, I ain't hear.
Start from the beginning. I cut you, Hassan. Wait, because this is going to be a commercial.
Why does God got to be a destroyer?
God, generator, operator, and destroyer.
You got to destroy to build up.
Yeah, but you are the first law of Hermetic principles. All is mind. Everything comes from your mind. You can't do anything outside of you. You are the God. You have the power to create everything. That's why I say that orange man does not control anything about me because I'm controlling every reality that I make. I go and ground every day. I hug trees. I meditate for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. I do my 55 techniques. It's all about mind. It's all mental stuff. It's all in the mind. It's all about science. I do shadow work with my chakras and stuff, which are the thymus glands that you have in your body that you actually don't really realize. It's all about raising your frequency. And as a God, I raise my frequency all the time. Not eating a lot of meat, eating more
Do your
fruits and stuff.
frequency work for other people?
It works for everybody. Everything's about
So
everything's
can
about
you like
frequency.
manifest money into my life?
You can do it yourself. You already
No,
on
no, no,
that.
no, no. That's
You already
not what
on
I'm
that frequency
asking.
anyway.
That's not what you
Hold on,
asked.
let me
That's
ask you
not
this
what
No, I
I'm
question.
cannot.
asking.
Along
That
that
is not
line,
what I'm asking.
I cannot manifest anything into
Okay,
your
that's
life.
okay.
let me ask this question. Along that lines, Hassan, who gave you that that knowledge to seek stuff within yourself and
My
grow
homeboy,
from yourself? Huh?
different people. My homeboy Kevin.
Different people.
Different
so my
people.
Kevin
question
Battinger.
again, 10
My
minutes
Kevin
ago,
homeboy
Battinger.
Kevin.
do you have an
different people that
obligation
came in my life
to
start telling me
pass on
stuff.
that knowledge?
Right.
Listen, I've been passing
Oh
on the
my
knowledge.
God.
So hold on. So somebody gave you a certain knowledge
Yeah.
that sunk in with you, but you refuse to now pass it on? That's
Right.
selfish as a motherfucker.
Hold on. Haven't I been sending you information all the time? Didn't
Hold
I
on.
tell you that?
I'm talking.
My
I'm talking collectively.
my
And I
homeboy.
told you.
You
Some
can't,
of the
but
stuff you
not
send me,
every,
I
not.
already
But I
know.
was at that. I was ready to get that information when I went on the Zoe What show. Zoe What show. I was ready to receive that information. I used to drive with Kevin every day to the show, and he would share
Kevin
information.
Battinger.
Shit, he has a
So
show
again,
called A Real Novice.
someone gave
You
you
can check
this.
him out.
Someone gave you this knowledge and you passed it, and now you feel like, okay, great, I got it. I'm gonna grow from it.
Right.
So
And
again, my
resonates
question
in
is,
my mind, and it's all
if
me.
the
Everybody's gotta
knowledge
just figure it out.
that you were given, are you now obligated to pass it on?
Kenny,
Oh,
wait, Hassan, don't
only
answer
to
it. Hassan,
only,
wait, Hassan, don't say nothing. Don't say, wait, let me answer for Hassan. He was ready for the information, Kenny.
No, Dom, you're not you
yeah, but that's the answer
starting
though.
in a different spot.
That's the answer.
I know
though,
that's
Kenny.
the answer,
That's
Hassan.
not the
I know
answer.
That's the answer.
because
The
when you're ready
question
for
I'm
knowledge,
asking
it will come to you just
The
like everything
question
else.
I'm asking you: are you obligated
Yes, you have
to
to
now
be
pass that
naturally
on?
drawn
I'm
to
not.
it.
I'm
Thank you,
not
Jamila.
obligated because most people are gonna push back and get mad about it and stuff. So you're not
So
obligated to do it.
Like that's
so
not. You're not
Barringer,
his child, Kenny.
had he chose not to give you that knowledge, or had he went under your
But he knew
premise,
he knew I was ready based
He
on the
was
fact I'm
seeking.
on the show. He
Like
knew I was
Don
ready
was
for
said,
the
you
information.
you start
No.
seeking.
But
It's
Kenny,
He
like
what's
needs
when
funny,
something
Kenny?
outside of himself.
Kenny, I think you're seeking too.
Well,
I
I'm
think your
always
banter
learning.
with
I'm always
Hassan during the
learning.
week and
I'm
making
always
me go
learning.
crazy.
Now,
I
go
think
ahead.
you're seeking information too, Kenny,
Well, that's not always
which
true.
is not a bad thing.
Sometimes I'm seeking amusement, and
Wow.
Hassan
That's
never
100%.
fails.
Yes.
100%.
Never fails.
Jamila goes talking some yes.
Yes,
Wow.
he's
Sometimes
very
I'm seeking
amazing.
amusement.
It's very amusing to me.
Wow.
I just
Sometimes I'm seeking
Because
amusement.
I'm
So
naturally
Hassan
drawn
has
to
some
what he
solid
believes.
points, y'all. I gotta defend
he
him.
does.
He has some solid stuff.
At times he do, and you'll see me say I agree with you on some things. And like I told him, when he send me stuff, I might review it. I look through it. If it's something that I think worthwhile, I might look further into it. But some
That
things
you are drawn to. People only are drawn to what they are drawn to.
Facts.
Whatever information they want to receive,
does that mean
they
you're
will
not
receive
woke
it.
then? But that whole goes against everything that we're talking about as being woke because we're really not woke. To be honest,
no one knows everything, Hassan. So
I didn't say that.
Always a continual learning process.
Okay, hold on. You hit a key point, and I really like to say that. So, if that's the point, then why do you guys use those old, outdated books?
What old, outdated books?
The Quran, the Bible, those are outdated books. Your phone resets all the time. They're outdated. They're not continuing knowledge. They're outdated.
Phone reset all the time.
Your phone updates all the time with new software, new information. People do not update with that old information.
If
That
you're gonna go with that,
stuff
my
is
phone
old.
The
have bugs in the
information
system.
might update, but people are the same.
Exactly, and the information
People
in the
don't
Bible,
change.
The other stuff has nothing to do with with people. It has to do with information.
Yes, it do.
No, it don't.
What you saying,
If
Val?
you're
What you
giving
say,
the
Val?
message to the human mankind, the mankind don't change. They're the same people.
The information
It's
is
called the
different
foundation.
information.
What
Don.
information would be
It's
different than
called the
it was
foundation.
Okay,
50 years ago?
you're right.
You
It's
don't
called a
simply build
foundation.
houses
You
from
don't
the
keep
top.
on. You don't
You
keep
start
on
with a
doing that
foundation.
anymore. You don't keep. You update yourself. Yes, it is called a foundation. Then you move on with more knowledge.
Do you?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
You
you?
do.
Listen,
I don't agree with that.
we're gonna end it right here. This can clearly go on. You understand me? But we're gonna end it right here. But before we go, Elliot, we have a new segment which is called "What's on Your Chest." Elliot, what's in a good minute or two? What's on your chest? He said, literally. What's on your chest, Elliot?
What is
Oh
that?
man, just as of right now, the conversation that we're speaking on, I'm just thinking about it. You all get me thinking. And what's interesting is the different perspectives, where you are in life, your background, your backstory, and how it influences how you communicate. And so I'm just taking all this in.
Yeah.
Everybody has different lived experiences.
Yeah. And that way, that's what makes it so great.
100%.
You know, I was telling my mother earlier today is that, you know, we have a lovely Muslimina. We have Christians on the panel. We have solid thinkers and warriors like Elliot on the panel. We have Val, who's very AI interested on the panel. We got Kenny, and then we have an alien on the panel.
What do you call it? Alien? What you talking about?
And I didn't say nobody's name. Hurt Dog's holler. I didn't say nobody's name. I didn't say nobody's name.
Did you know
I might have been talking about me, but you
listen?
Would you feel a sort of way?
So you know I'm a Lyran from the Vega constellation. Did you know this already?
Here we go.
It's the truth.
You
Got
are
nothing
what?
to go nowhere. I'm a Lyran from the Vega constellation.
Here we go. Oh, take off. Take off.
Well, Nanu, my nigga.
Hold on. They don't do that in the Vega constellation.
The Vega constellation was destroyed.
What?
The Lyrans, the humanoid lion people.
I'm trying to wrap up. I'm trying to wrap up because
hold on, Dom. That's on my chest now.
What's
the Vega constellation.
What's on your chest,
The
Kenny?
Vega constellation.
Was that next to the Dagobah system?
There you go.
Okay.
For Star Wars? Yo.
I'm sorry.
What's on my chest is, unfortunately, there's a man out there that let's put it this way. The president and vice president attacked another president, and none of it looked presidential. It made our country look very, very
American.
As a man who's representing our country, it made us it made our country look bad.
Oh my gosh.
It made our country look bad. To sit up there and come at a man who's fighting for his life, who's fighting with his people for their lives, and to tell him you should have laid down because you would have been down in 3 days had we not helped you. And for him to flag him off like, yeah, I heard that from the other dude, was real gangster. Was real, I'm gonna fight for my life to the end. And I don't think the man that's representing our country understood that. That's what's
that surprises you?
Way to get it off your chest.
I ain't say it surprised me at all.
Okay.
I said what I saw.
Right. Okay.
Valerie, what's on your chest?
Well, I would have to agree with Elliot because I feel like Hassan contradicted himself in several ways because you're saying that it comes from within and your mind, but somebody gave you that information. You understand?
Hey, there ain't no reason for you to cackle like that. It ain't no reason for you to laugh like that. You get detention today, Jamila.
Normally I'm on his side, but I'm like, that has puzzles right there. Like, if somebody gave it to you, that didn't come from right here originally. It was given, and then you formulated that into and added your own ideas to that. So, that's what's on my mind.
Wow, Jamila. Wow.
First of all, that's not how it goes and stuff.
Aside.
Okay.
Just hold your mule.
My bad.
Hold your mule. I'm coming to you. Jamila, what's on your chest, mama?
On my chest is just the difference of the opinions of how people see the world is just crazy to me. Like, it really is just mind-boggling. Like, I don't know. Do y'all see the president one way? I see him one way. He sees my God a way. It's just like, whatever. Like, whatever. So that's what's on my chest at the moment. And how I'm about to get up in like another hour and get on this floor and pray.
Hey, happy Ramadan. It's a wonder that we can all live together, ain't it?
Isn't it?
All these kind of opinions. I agree with you on that.
Very interesting. I can see what our prophets went through.
That's right. Last but not least, Mr. McCullough, Mr. Vega, was it Vega Star? The Vega Star?
My boy Kevin.
You didn't go to Elliot, did you?
I went to Elliot first.
Oh.
Brother, please pay attention. You're going to detention too. You and Jamila going to be in detention together.
Please don't put me in that room with Don't do it.
Hassan, what's on your chest, bro?
When she said I contradicted myself, most people are searching for somebody to come and save them. Okay. I am saving myself by getting knowledge and stuff. I'm not waiting for some sky daddy to come to help me. Hallelujah. And that's what most people are doing. They're not doing stuff within their own. They're not changing their life by connecting with nature and stuff. They're waiting for somebody to help them. I'm not doing that. I'm not looking for this being to come down and help me from all this stuff. I'm doing the work for myself, doing my own shadow work. That's what I'm doing. Regardless, I get people to give me information. I'm still doing stuff within myself to get it done. I'm not looking for nobody, because somebody can say, hey, this dude come down and give me some money. You know this dude ain't coming down to give you no money. If you ask this dude to come in down and give you some money, he ain't giving you shit.
But that same guy gonna come down and give you breath. You
No,
can't control that.
No, it's not. None of that.
You don't know when you about to die.
I do know, because that stuff is not real. I'm trying to tell you. You know it too. You can ask that person for some money right now to help you, and it's not going to come, and you know that.
Oh,
it came.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm talking about calling them right now to do all the stuff. When you ask somebody, I'm gonna make one point. When you say prayer, who is answering your prayer?
Ooh.
Who is answering your prayer? Do you know who's answering your prayer?
Yeah, I know who's answering my prayer. I'm not going to convince you who answered my prayer.
You already know you don't know who's answering your prayer.
Where you manifesting from?
I'm talking to myself. It's you. You're talking.
Not.
You're answering. Yes,
you can't
everything's about you.
Get yourself $1,000 right now.
I'm a woman. You don't realize I'm a millionaire based on me manifesting stuff for myself.
Right
I don't worry about
get
money.
Get the $1,000.
I can get it anytime I want. I can go to my bank account right now and get $1,000.
Manifest that.
I can manifest anything right now.
Manifest that.
I can.
When you can do a manifestation right here on this Opinionation. Then
I do it every day.
Manifest something right now. Call upon your inner God. Call upon whoever you need to call.
Let me make an example. Let me show you an example.
The sun is risen from the east. Let me see you do it from the west.
Woo! Let me give you an example.
Let me see you do it from the west.
Which sun?
Am I showing it?
There's like three of them up there.
It's only one sun. It's only night and day.
It's binary sun.
Yes,
there's more than one sun. First of all, there's more than one sun.
Not nighttime right now.
Hold on.
Make it light up. Okay, here you go. Let's be specific. Make it daytime right now.
Ooh. Can I do that?
Make it daytime right now.
Don't
you got all this knowledge.
Don't do that on the West Coast. I'm sleeping right now.
Why aren't so many people drawn to your knowledge within self?
How do you know? Wait, first of all, how do you know nobody's drawn to my knowledge? You just
because not nobody on this panel. I ain't even gonna say
I'll give
nobody.
a
I
little
ain't. How
defense.
about that?
I resonate with
I'ma
a lot
speak
of
for
what Hassan
myself.
says. I
I'ma
can't do
You,
speak
that
for
to everybody.
myself.
homegirl, you know you
I
all in
ain't.
your ego
I can't
about
leave them out
everything
there
and
on the
stuff. You know
island like
that,
I ain't.
that.
right?
I don't
Yes,
have an
you are.
ego. That
Of
would be
course you do.
you.
Because I
You
ain't
the
do
one
nothing.
that's trying to
Because
shove
listen,
down your
I
thoughts and
didn't
your
give. I didn't
opinions.
do nothing
I
to
don't
you.
never
I'm
come on
just
here and
giving you
speak on my
information.
religion at all.
All
Listen,
right,
I've been Muslim. I
all
know
right.
I was Muslim for
Elliot,
35
and
years. I prayed
I,
every
I
oh
like
no,
a
Sunday.
not
little
you,
friction,
Mr.
Elliot,
Devil.
but at
Yeah.
some point we gotta just say, okay,
I know all
all
about
right.
this religion. I don't
But
pray to no
listen,
pedophile.
I love me some Jamila. I love me some
Pedophile.
Yeah, Prophet
Valerie.
Muhammad's a pedophile.
I
You know
love
it.
me some Hassan. I
Pedophile.
love Kendu. And I love Elliot Young, man. Like, because these are genuine folk and they have minds. And I like the fact that they stand on their opinion. It's an opinion, folk. It's just an opinion. It's called opinionation.
Healthy conversations.
Thank you, Hassan, for getting it off of your chest, brother. I know you've accused me in the past of not standing up for what I know something you're saying is correct, and I am standing up for certain things that you say that I resonate with.
As you
You know I fucks
should.
with you. And Jamila, I fucks with you too. Even with the colonizer husband, I love you too. What you mean? What you mean? I ask Kenny. Kenny will tell you I love me some Jamila. I talk about you off camera.
Don't involve me
Okay?
in that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then you
I
hypocrite.
know.
Stop putting me on that damn text string.
No,
Don't
that,
involve me in
that's
that
your
shit.
man.
Stop putting me on that text string.
No, sir. You
But then,
involved
like I
me.
said, Kenny know I love some Jamila. Kenny know.
I love y'all too. Really, I really do.
All right.
Aww.
With that being said, listen
I
here, man.
do.
Woke versus asleep.
Who asleep?
How you gonna take a word and change it from something that he? Oh, actually, that happened before. Oh, nigga, negus, naga, netter. Oh, that
Oh.
happened before. When it got into the hands of the colonizer, they took a word that meant supreme being, God, emperor, king, and turned it into an epithet. The same way in the past 15 years, the word Karen has turned into a white racist woman. Y'all all know that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
These words can be manipulated, especially if you're not woke and
And
I'm
aware.
gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody say, man, somebody know what I'm talking about out there.
Nada.
Amen.
Poke of the Boca shop.
Hold it a Boca shot. Listen, we've loved the experience once again. Thanks for having us on your tablet, on your cell phone, on your computer screen. And we will see you next time for another wonderful iteration of Opinionation.
Deuces.